Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English with Sarah and James, the podcast that helps you improve your English in a fun and natural way. I'm Sarah, and I'm so glad you could join us today.
And I'm James. It's great to be here with you all. Today, we're tackling a topic that can be stressful for anyone, even native speakers, navigating the airport. Specifically, we're going to talk about what to do and what to say when you face gate changes and flight delays.
That's right. These situations can be confusing, and knowing the right vocabulary can make a huge difference. It can help you stay calm and get the information you need. We'll give you the essential phrases and explain some common airport announcements.
Exactly. So imagine this scenario with us. You've checked in, you've gone through security, and you're waiting for your flight. But then, things start to change. We'll walk you through a typical conversation you might have or hear in this situation. Let's dive in.
Okay, James, so let's pretend we're at the airport, waiting for our flight to sunny Spain. I'm looking at the big departure board. Here we are. Flight EZ123 to Malaga. On time. Departure at gate A15. Perfect.
Great. That gives us plenty of time to grab a coffee. Oh, hang on. Did your phone just buzz? I think I just got a notification from the airline app. Let me check. Oh dear, it says our flight has been delayed.
Delayed? Oh no! By how long? The departure board hasn't updated yet. It still says on time. This is why having the airline's app is so useful. You often get information faster.
It says here, the flight is delayed by 1 hour. The new departure time is 3:30 p.m. And look, there's been a gate change as well. The flight will now depart from gate C42.
A gate change? That's on the other side of the airport. For our listeners, a gate change is exactly what it sounds like. It's when the airline changes the gate where you need to board the plane. It happens quite often, so you always need to pay attention.
It certainly does. Well, since we have to go from gate A15 to C42, we'd better hightail it over there, even with the delay. We don't want to be caught off guard if things change again.
That's a great expression, James, to hightail it. Can you explain what you mean by that for our listeners? It sounds very descriptive.
Of course, to hightail it is an informal way of saying to move very quickly or to hurry. You can imagine an animal like a deer running away with its tail held high. So when I say we need to hightail it, I mean we need to walk over to the new gate quickly.
I see. That makes sense. Okay, let's hightail it then. Oh, wait a minute. Look at the departure board now. It's finally updated. But the news isn't good. It no longer says delayed by 1 hour. The screen says our flight is indefinitely delayed.
Indefinitely delayed? That's the worst. What exactly does that mean, Sarah? I know it's bad, but could you break it down for our learners?
It's a frustrating one. When a flight is indefinitely delayed, it means the delay has no set end time. The airline doesn't know when the flight will be able to depart. It could be due to a technical problem with the aircraft or severe weather. The stress on that word is on the second syllable, indefinitely.
Right. So in this situation, our best bet is to find an airline representative and ask for an update on the flight to Malaga. It's important to stay polite even if you're feeling annoyed. You could say something like, "Excuse me, could you provide an update on the flight to Malaga?"
That's a perfect phrase. Another very useful question to ask is, what are our options? This tells the airline you want to know if you can be booked on another flight or if you are entitled to any compensation, like a food voucher.
Yes, a voucher. That's a key word. The airline might give you a voucher, which is like a coupon, to buy food and drinks while you wait. It's their way of apologizing for the long delay. So always ask what your options are.
Exactly. So to recap our little drama, we got a notification. We understood the gate change, we learned we had to hightail it, and then we found out we were indefinitely delayed. Now we know to find an employee and politely ask for an update and what our options are. It's all about having the right language. Now, I think it's a good time to review some of this vocabulary more closely.
I agree. That was a lot of useful language packed into one short conversation. Let's take a moment to break down 4 of the most important words and phrases we used. This will help you remember them and use them with confidence. Sarah, would you like to start with the first one?
I'd love to. Let's begin with gate change. A gate change is a noun phrase. As we mentioned, it's the act of an airline moving a flight's departure from one gate to another inside the airport terminal. For example, you might hear an announcement like this. Attention passengers on flight BA249 to New York. There has been a gate change. The flight will now be departing from gate 53.
That's a perfect example. And for pronunciation, it's quite straightforward. Gate sounds like late or date, and change has that soft ch sound at the beginning, like in cheese or chair. Gate, change. Notice they are 2 separate words. A common mistake is not checking the board again before heading to the gate, so always double check.
Excellent point. The next phrase we want to look at is indefinitely delayed. This is a very important one. Indefinitely is an adverb, and it means for an unlimited or unspecified period of time. So if your flight is indefinitely delayed, nobody knows for how long. It's a formal and common phrase in official announcements.
Exactly. For instance, a friend might text you from the airport saying, "I'm stuck here. My flight is indefinitely delayed because of a computer system failure." It means they have no idea when they will leave. A synonym might be delayed without a new schedule. It communicates uncertainty.
And for pronunciation, let's break that big word down. It's indefinitely. There are 5 syllables. The main stress is on the second syllable, def. Listen again, indefinitely. Practice saying that a few times. It's a very useful word.
It is. Now for a more informal one, our idiom, to hightail it. As I said, this means to go somewhere very quickly, to hurry or rush. For example, if you're late for an appointment, you might say, "Sorry, I have to go. I need to hightail it to the doctor's office."
It creates a great mental image, which can help you remember it. Imagine you are literally running so fast, your tail is flying high behind you. Even though we don't have tails, it's just a fun, informal expression you'll hear in conversation. Try using it next time you're in a hurry. I've got to hightail it to the bank before it closes.
Perfect. And our last word is voucher. V-O-U-C-H-E-R. A voucher is a certificate or a digital code that you can use instead of money for a specific purpose. Airlines often give out food vouchers during long delays. The stress is on the first syllable, voucher. The OU sound is like in the word out or about.
That's right. So you might say to the airline staff, since the flight is delayed by 4 hours, are we entitled to a food voucher? It's a great practical word to know. It can also be used in other contexts, like a gift voucher for a shop.
So there you have it. Gate change, indefinitely delayed, to hightail it, and voucher. 4 fantastic and practical terms for your travels. Try to write them down and create your own sentences.
That was a really practical session, James. To sum up, when you're at the airport, always keep your eyes on the departure boards and your ears open for announcements. And if you have the airline's app, check it for the most current updates on delays or gate changes.
And remember, if you have to talk to airline staff, stay calm and be polite. Using phrases like, "Excuse me, could you help me?" or "What are our options?" will get you much better results. Arming yourself with the right vocabulary makes a stressful situation much more manageable.
Absolutely. The goal is not to be perfect, but to communicate effectively. We hope today's lesson has given you more confidence for your next trip. Keep practicing these phrases, and you'll be prepared for anything the airport throws at you.
Thanks so much for listening to English with Sarah and James. We appreciate you spending your time with us. Keep up the amazing work with your English learning, and we'll talk to you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.